del distrito escolar. Ellos se encargaron de la escuela y en cada momento la escuela estaba segura. Ya cuando nosotros sabimos que todavía estaba seguro aquí en la casa, les dimos el señal a la escuela.
¿Qué sabe de la pandilla? ¿Tiene fuerte presencia aquí? ¿A qué se dedican?
Son, bueno, obviamente se dedican a traficando de drogas, pero es una pandilla de white supremacists que son racistas, obviamente son racistas y pues ellos también en esto andan para hacer dinero. Y pues este día lo que nosotros vamos a llevar, ellos se van a enfrentar con cargos máximos por ser miembros de la pandilla también.
What started your surveillance on the house?
Sir?
What started your surveillance on the house before the traffic stop?
Yeah, they were doing surveillance on the house in preparation for the warrant, and once we established surveillance, they saw a couple of vehicles leaving, and so those vehicles were stopped on separate traffic stops, and we got a couple of people under arrest. So all said and done, there's 6 people facing charges. 2 that had already been arrested earlier today on warrants in association with it. In association with this. 2 from the traffic stops, and then 2 people that were inside the residence. Everybody's facing federal charges at this point.
I noticed that there was an animal care control unit in the city of San Antonio. Were there animals inside of the residence?
There was a very hostile pit bull that was inside the house. Our SWAT team was able to make entry to the house and keep the dog at bay. The dog was secured in the front yard, but when animal control got here, one of our canine deputies was trying to assist getting the dog secured. The dog actually got loose from them, and then so we ushered him into the backyard and then tied the fence shut. So he's safe and secure. We're safe from him. He doesn't want any part of us. We don't want any part of him.
With the school right here, was there any kind of lockdown place in the school when y'all?
We got in contact with the school district police, and I don't know what they did with the school, but there were some school district officers that stood by on the campus until we gave the all clear.
¿Sabemos las edades aproximadas de los arrestados?
Están en los 20s y 30s. The suspects are in their 20s and 30s.
The suspects they said are white supremacists. What leads you to believe that?
Tattoos, and then some of the intelligence that we developed. They're part of a criminal organization that's concentrated in white supremacy. Es posible que vamos a enfrentar más arrestos, entonces les pedimos a todos que si tienen información y si quieren ser testigos en vez de sospechosos, que nos hablen. Yeah, yes, I won't be naming the group. Just that's something typically I don't do is name them by name, but I can tell you it's a pretty well-established white supremacist group.
¿Todos los arrestados son hombres?
Mande? One female and several males, but I can't give their names at this point. It's also important to note that as part of the drugs that we found some cartridges that contain THC that were shipped from another state. That apparently it's legal in the other state, but they're illegal to possess here in Texas. I was told that those cartridges, and we probably found a couple dozen of them, are worth about $500 a piece. And so that's something that goes into I'm told it goes into a vaping device. And so that's something that parents ought to be cognizant of, that you know, you may think that your kids are safe because they're vaping and they're not using hard drugs, but you might want to think again, because that there is a way for them to convert that to something a little more hard.
And you said that was actually purchased in another state where it is legal there?
It was shipped from another state. Yes, sir. Okay.
How much of a danger is this kind of property to the neighborhood?
Well, so I mean, we encountered some high-powered weapons in there that you know, obviously these folks aren't here messing around. Probably some of the clientele that show up here aren't here to mess around. And so what I mean by that is, you know, if you look at the majority of the homicides that we've handled over the past couple of years, a lot of them have been drug-related, and a lot of them, quite frankly, have been marijuana-related. So don't think that just because it's marijuana, it's any safer. In many instances, marijuana will get you killed just as quickly as cocaine or heroin will. Sí, son residentes de la ciudad.
Just want to clarify to make sure, was this a joint operation with the DEA?
It was a joint operation between TAG, DEA, and BCSO Covert Operations. Okay? Thank y'all so much. Oh, yes, sir.
Definitely side of things. Question about, you have an update on the vaccines in jail?
Well, we've had about 500 inmates vaccinated to this point, and since we started over the weekend, we've had about 500 inmates that have taken us up on it. Of course, it's an open offer, you know, because what a lot of people forget is that jail doesn't just operate in a silo. Every day, 100 new bodies come in and 100 new bodies leave, and so the more vaccinated bodies we can catch on their way out the door, that's helping the community as well. Okay, thank y'all so much.